What is going on, YouTube? What is going on, Kansas City? And what is going on, everybody? And welcome to the Beat of KC. Ladies and gentlemen, football season is officially here. Well, not quite yet for college football. I'm a big college football fan. I absolutely love the sport. I love the camaraderie. I love the fan bases. It's just an exciting time of the year. And my favorite team, the Kansas Jayhawks, we're going to provide a 2025 kind of mini preview before the season kicks off. I'm going to provide you some standout players to watch that really have either been on this team or have transferred in. And then we're going to dive in and kind of talk about an over-under on the wins for this season. So we're going to first kick it off, and I'm going to just dive in and talk about Jalon Daniels. I think Jalon Daniels is the most important piece on this team. I mean, most people are going to be like, well, Lucas, yeah, that's a no-brainer. It truly is. We've seen seasons where he's had highs, he's been super successful, and we saw how that translated into the football season. You know, there were times where he was just connecting with wide receivers. He was throwing for a ton of yards. He was able to run the football. He was able to connect with Devin Neal in RPO-style plays. He was able to run the option and kind of dish it off to Devin Neal. When those two were connecting and this offense was a well-oiled machine, we had some great success. Now, Jalon Daniels obviously has been dealing with some injuries. He's had some back problems. There's been a few other things that have gone on in his career. I think the success of this football team this year truly depends on Jalon Daniels' health and his success. You know, he is a veteran cornerstone. He truly is. He's the leader of this team. He's going to be able to make this team flow. And if he's having success, like I said, the offense will have success. And I think the Kansas Jayhawks will score a lot of points if he's healthy and is able to connect with all these players on the team. Now we're going to dive in to really Lance Leipold's forte. He loves to run the football. And when you kind of get up in a game, being able to run the football with these type of running backs, which we're going to talk about, is phenomenal. So we have guys like Johnny Thompson Jr., we have guys like Daniel Highshaw Jr., absolute beast mode. LaShawn Williams transferring in from Iowa. And my favorite that I'm excited to see, depending on how much playing time he gets, is Harry Stewart III. I call him mini Saquon Barkley, and I'm just excited to see what he can provide this football team. You know, the running back room is very deep. It's strong, it's experienced, and again, it's what Lance Leipold historically loves to do. He loves to run the football. And so if we have success on the ground game, I think that'll also translate into Jalon Daniels' success. And so, again, if you connect one piece to the next, you're going to have a pretty solid offense. We're going to jump in now to some transfer players, and I think that's important because we really had a lot of guys that had to leave, whether it's because they were a senior or they chose to transfer. But we did have guys come in, and they're ready to make an impact. So the first one we're going to talk about is a linebacker, Bengali Kamara. He comes in from South Carolina. He's a pass rushing addition, and he really has the opportunity to bolster this defensive front, which I do truly believe on the defense could be a strong suit for the Kansas Jayhawks defense. I really think the Jayhawks are going to be able to get after the opposing quarterback, which will then force that opposing quarterback to have to throw the football or, you know, whatever it may be. But I really believe that this defensive front is going to be able to provide a lot of pressure on opposing offenses. I truly believe that. Now, the next person we're going to talk about, and if you cover or listen to Jayhawks coverage, if you follow the Jayhawks football team, you know how big of a transfer this was. But you also know the impact that this player can have, and that's Emmanuel Henderson, the wide receiver from Alabama. He transferred in. He's going to be an absolute beast for this offense. You know, if him and Jalon Daniels can connect, holy smokes, this offense is going to be phenomenal. I think Emmanuel Henderson is going to really kind of provide a boost to this offense. He's going to be able to go up and get the football. He's going to be shifty. He's going to be able to do all the things that you expect a top talent wide receiver to do. Now, this next one, most people are going to be like, Lucas, why are you talking about a place kicker? Well, most people can say college kickers like to miss. And I think it's super important to make sure that you have a very accurate place kicker. You want to be able to hit in clutch moments. We've seen games where we've lost because of a field goal, or maybe it just came down to the wire and we really needed those points. And so I think a very accurate power-legged type of kicker is going to be super important. So we get transfer Laith Marjan coming in from South Alabama. And like I stated, he's very accurate. He has the strength in his leg to kick deep balls. And I think it's super critical. We did have several close losses last year where those points could have been valuable. And so I think adding a kicker like him will be phenomenal. Now this last one is kind of my own little addition. I'm super excited about this player. He's transferring in from Oklahoma State. He's a safety, and Lyric Rawls. Lyric Rawls is that thumping type of safety. He can be a go-getter as well. I'm just super excited for the fact that we have a guy that's similar in stature to a Kenny Logan. Lyric Rawls is just that type of player that I truly enjoy watching. I enjoy, hearing the crack of the pads when you go in to make a tackle. I love when you make that tackle, you come up and you show some excitement, you show some enthusiasm. He's that type of player, so I'm super excited to see Lyric Rawls on this team, and I'm ready to see him, lay the boom, as people say. Now we're going to jump in and really kind of forecast maybe the wins for this Jayhawks football team. BetMGM's preseason over-under is set at 7.5 wins. And I'm definitely going to make a video kind of going through the schedule and providing you my actual prediction. But for right now, the 7.5 wins I think is a perfect line for this Jayhawks football team. Again, there's a lot of things that factor into this 7.5 wins. And we've kind of covered it in this video. I think the primary thing is the success of Jalon Daniels, the health of Jalon Daniels. And we've covered that. 7.5 wins, I truly believe, is a good spot for this. I could definitely see the over. I think there's a lot of factors. The Jayhawks are opening a brand new, really, stadium. The atmosphere is going to be next level. I think really kind of that type of environment is going to play into a lot of wins for this football team. And I'm excited to really kind of see this fan base show out for this football team this season. So 7.5 wins, I think, is a perfect line right now. We'll see if it fluctuates, but by the time it gets closer to the season, we're roughly about 2 weeks out of this video. So we will see where that line either goes up or down. But again, I think 7.5 wins is a perfect spot right now for the Jayhawks. I appreciate you all checking out this video, and I really do appreciate the support. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Comment down below what you guys think. Who do you think will be the most impactful players on this Jayhawks football team? Do you think the 7.5 wins is a good spot? I really do want to hear your guys' comments, so let me know down in the comment section. And make sure you guys smash that subscribe button. And as always, have a good day.